name is Riley Labrador. Today I want to talk about TF2. I mean Overwatch. I mean Marvel Rivals. We're talking about Marvel Rivals today. That's the one thing I scripted for this video. I normally don't script at all. I scripted that one intro, so I really hope you liked it. So I just want to give a quick disclaimer. In terms of FPSs, I would be classified as not very good. It's just kind of something I've accepted. I'm not good at shooting games. I didn't grow up playing COD. I didn't really spend a lot of time playing those kinds of games, and so as such I'm not really that great at them now. However, the one exception for that in terms of FPS games I actually did enjoy growing up was hero shooters, most specifically Overwatch. I got Overwatch right when it came out, 2016. I have the launch edition book disc thing. It's somewhere in my library back at home, and I actually really enjoyed it in comparison to other shooter games. And I think one of the reasons why is just because of how empowering hero shooters give you, because even if you're not that good at a hero shooter, because each character has a certain skill set and a certain kind of levity towards it, like you don't have to be good at aiming all the time to get a good kill streak going. And that's what kind of kept me going on Overwatch. It's every time I can boot up, I can know at least one time I'll be able to pop off a little bit. So when I talk about my Rivals and my experience of Overwatch and stuff like that, it's coming solely from a casual side. I did not get into competitive at all. I just didn't even touch that with Overwatch. And with all shooters in general, I'm not competitive in the slightest. I don't play ranked. To me, Overwatch felt like as time went on, Overwatch felt like almost what I think some people have quoted it as an X. You just kind of like a really toxic relationship. You just keep coming back to it because there's not really anything that hits the same way. Yeah, there's Valorant, but I didn't like Valorant. There was Paladins, but who plays Paladins, right? And even though Overwatch has objectively become pretty bad now, Overwatch, you can't even play regular Overwatch 1 anymore. You have to play Overwatch 2. There's a bunch of microtransactions everywhere. The game is not really balanced. It takes way too long to load in. It just feels like a super unfun time. Even though all that existed in Overwatch, and I accepted that as a flaw that Overwatch had, I still had it on my PS5 and I still played Overwatch once a month or so because there wasn't anything that was like Overwatch. I wanted to play Overwatch. There was no other option. I had to play Overwatch until today. This is Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals just released literally yesterday, if you're watching this in the time that I hopefully am planning to upload this, and I've been having an absolute blast. I've officially uninstalled Overwatch off of my PS5. It's felt liberating, and I've just been having tons of fun. It feels like 2016 again, honestly. The thing I liked about Overwatch when it first released was that nobody really knew how to play the game. So it was just chaos. People were doing crazy things, people were learning characters, and that's kind of vibe I've been getting with Marvel Rivals right now. It is so chaotic. You just have people trying out random characters. There's no one consistent, there's no one for sure meta pick right now, because people are still trying to figure out how to actually play the game. And just like Overwatch, I can get that high too. I can still suck while still getting pretty decent kills. This one, I got 23. That's good. If I play Fortnite, I'm lucky to get 3, period, just 3. And I think that's the advantage of these kind of games, is that because they're so accessible for anybody, it makes it super easy for someone to just get on and start playing. Literally, I had 3 friends get on who didn't play Overwatch at the start. We didn't really know much about this game. We just got on a couple hours ago and we had a blast playing. We got wrecked, but we still had fun playing. I also want to mention that me transitioning from Overwatch to this game, they did something really smart in how they transitioned, because there's very obviously characters that mirror other characters in Overwatch. For me, I main Diva, I main Sombra on occasion, I play Tracer a lot, and so me switching over to Rivals was pretty easy. I just found the Marvel Rivals equivalent, and I switched over to that. For Diva, there's Penny Parker. For Tracer, there's Star-Lord. For Sombra or Genji, I play Genji sometimes. There's Psylocke. I switched to them and I pretty much understood their kits. However, they're not perfect copies of each character, and I think that's what makes it interesting. There's a lot of splits of features, if that makes sense. So like, let me talk about Psylocke, for example. Psylocke has kind of like the moveset like Genji does. However, Psylocke also has the invisible move that Sombra has, and that blend kind of makes it really interesting because like it makes people who, at least for me, like who've tried different characters, kind of have interest in other characters. So like, you know, like with Diva, for example. Like Diva had like the mech ability and like the normal person, but like she was also a mech, right? So I played like Penny Parker at first, and then like I realized, oh, Penny Parker doesn't have like the Diva thing. You know who does have the Diva thing? Bruce Banner and Hulk. So I played Bruce Banner and Hulk, so I was curious to see how they incorporated that in a different kit, and it was cool. I think that's the interesting thing about how they design these characters. Maybe that's just basic game design. But I think that they've made this game overall really accessible for people who are transitioning over to Overwatch from Overwatch. There's a lot of, like I said, like there's a lot of Overwatch like similar characters, not copies, but similar. It's enough to get you able to grasp the game really quickly, but not enough for you to just immediately know how to play the character. You have to learn a little bit more. I just think like right now, like in the first couple days of these games, I think this is when games like this shine the most. When it's just a chaotic mess, everybody is just trying to learn how to play the game, and it's just such a good time to try it out and play. And it's free. It's totally free. I think this game is actually one of the nicest free-to-play games I've ever played, and I've played a lot of those. You get all the characters on jump. There is a battle pass. However, battle passes you keep forever. So once you purchase it, if you can't finish the season, you can still play the battle pass. And then the only microtransactions there are is skins. So if you just want some skins, you can just purchase skins. If not, you get the full experience of the game regardless. I really hope that they keep that model going, just because it's so friendly for consumers. It makes me feel really nice about just having people jump in because they get the full game right away. I will say though, I am slightly worried about the game moving forward because, like I said, I really enjoy this chaotic time in this game. I think that's when hero shooters thrive the most. Is because there's no one defined meta. Everyone can kind of have a chance to be the hero in the team. However, as the game progresses and more people start to figure out what the meta is, I'm worried that that kind of chaoticness is going to die down. And there's going to be very specific characters, and if you don't pick those very specific characters, then you're just tough out of luck. We need to be able to keep the creativity in this game. I hope it doesn't turn into Overwatch where there's one defined meta, and if you don't pick that meta, people are going to rage and scream at you. Because right now, I'm having an absolute blast of a time. Yeah, if you want to play this game, I think right now is the best time to get on it. So, get on it. That's what I got for you. Hope you enjoyed this video also, by the way. This is like a game review kind of. I mean, not really a game review. I've played this game for maybe about 3 to 4 hours, but I am working on an actual game review coming up in a couple weeks, perhaps. I'm actually scripting that, so look out for that. It's on Infinity Nikki. Oh yeah, I've been doing the Nikki Barbenheimer kind of thing where I played Infinity Nikki and also Rival Rivals. I'm gonna go play Infinity Nikki now. That game is pretty fire. I'm gonna go get Drip.